Mhm. Hey, good morning, or I should say good afternoon. It's Frank Brewer here. I'm the principal of New Path Psychology, or New Path Psychology, and a clinical psychologist. And welcome to day 28 of the 90-day live chat. So I'm coming to you still from Byron Bay. It's the last before the last day. It's absolutely fabulous here. Blue skies, a little bit windy, but nevertheless just fabulous. And I hope that you have a fabulous Thursday too. So, as said earlier, the intention to do these vlogs is to provide information about psychology services, to provide some education about the backgrounds and reduce stigma thereby, to really normalize. And the question I often get is, hey Frank, what do you specialize in? So that's why I want to talk about specialties in psychology today, and also to inform you a little bit about the limitations that we have regarding advertising our services to our sort of regulation agency. Hi Tess, thanks for joining. I hope you have a fabulous day too in Brisbane. So I hope you're enjoying the sun as much as I do here. Okay, let's get started. I hope the sound is okay. It's really hard to get out of the wind, but I hope it's still doable. So yeah, usually when I started my meet and greets with GPs, one of the first questions was, hey Frank, what do you specialize in? And it really took me by surprise, because, well, I don't know. Basically, I'm trained to see really everyone who wants to see me, and I'm trained to work with people for a wide range of conditions. So to me it was always a little bit foreign to say I'm specialist for OCD or for eating disorders or for depression, anxiety. And the reason is basically these are symptoms, these are symptom combinations, and in treatment or in therapy we need to look at what's beneath or below these symptoms. We do not treat symptoms as such. We do an individualized plan and look at the factors that eventually lead to developing those symptoms. So, and I recently had a chat to a guy. He also asked me, what do you specialize in? And I said, well, it's basically, I specialize in clinical psychology. And he was a little bit disappointed, because he was expecting to hear something like, well, maybe I specialize in borderline personality disorder, something like that, like a syndrome. But it feels like if I specialize in something, it would be clinical psychology, because that's what I've learned from early days at university and postgrad studies. I learned therapy, I learned the theories and so forth, and that's sort of my area of expertise. What I would like to say is, though, for some areas it makes sense. So it would make sense to me if someone specializes in child psychology, because that's a different area altogether. It's a different kind of work in a certain sense. So that would be a useful distinction. But as I said, other than that, for me there's no specialization. And so psychology is a regulated health profession. That means the governing authority, the Australian Health Practitioner Regulation Agency, they make it very clear what we can advertise with. So even though it might seem like, well, I'm a clinical psychologist, I cannot say I'm specializing in this. I have an endorsed area of practice, but there is no specialist registration in the field of psychology. And yeah, to me that really makes sense. So it is considered actually misleading to use the term I'm specializing in whatever behavioral therapy or in eating disorders and so forth. So for me the take-home message for the day is because so much is in the public discourse, so much is dealt with the terms of disorders. Yeah, we have depressive disorders, we have mood disorders, we have anxiety disorders. Everything is somehow linked and associated with the term disorders. But honestly, I do not treat disorders. Yeah, I work with people who have certain problems, and we do a tailored and individualized therapy program, tailored to your goals and so forth. So for me, there is no treatment of disorders, although sometimes it makes sense because there are commonalities within disorders, but that's really a technical question. Face to face or in the work with clients, it's just tailored, and I work with what you, the client, presents and with nothing else, right? So I hope that makes little sense to you. If you have a question, please feel free to pop it into the comment box. If you have a comment, just yeah, pop it in the comment box too, or send a private message. More than happy to comment and to respond to. Right, so I shall see you again tomorrow for day 29 of the 90-day live chat. I hope you have a good day and thanks for joining. Bye.